Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. In this session, you will talk about the elastic resource capability architecture. The previously you discussed about the workload distribution architecture, resource pooling architecture, and dynamic scalability architecture. Now we are going to know about the elastic beam architecture. What is elastic resource capability architecture? The elastic resource capability architecture is similar to dynamic provisioning of virtual resources. That means you are going to making the resources dynamically as per the need of the client. That means as per the need of the consumer, you are going to producing you are going to making the virtual servers using a system. That means using the particular system that allocates the and reclaim the CPU and RAM in an immediate response to the fluctuations processing requirements of the host IT resource. That is a simple information about the elastic. That means as per the requirement of consumer, you are going to producing the number of virtual servers. That is the main intention of elastic resource capability architecture. In this elastic capability resource architecture, you will use a intelligent automation engine. Here, what is a intelligent automation engine? This particular intelligent automation engine always executing the scripts. That means this engine execute dynamically executing the different programs and then automate the administrative task. That means for automating the administrative task, you will use a this particular intelligent automation engine. Here the intelligent automation engine automates the administration task by executing script that contains a workflow logic. That is a main intention you are using this intelligent automation engine. And then coming to the working principle in this elastic resource capability architecture. The elastic resource capability architecture consists of cloud service consumers, cloud services, hypervisor, and then engine. The engine, the name here you will give the name as a intelligent automation engine, and then resource pool with memory and CPU subpools. The architecture components. What is a working principle? The working principle in this architecture, the first principle in this case, the cloud service consumer. That means I am using the different cloud service consumers. What is a consumer? The cloud service consumer is a individual person or it is an organization. The consumer who the consumer will use the resources provided by the server. That means cloud providers. That means some of the resources consumed are used, those are called it as a consumer. The cloud service consumers are sending requests to the cloud service. The first point in this case, the cloud service consumer send a request to the cloud service. Here, what is a cloud service? Which are monitored by the automated scaling listener. Here, the always sending a request. Who will monitor these requests? These requests are monitored by the automated scaling listener. Yeah, there is an intelligent automation engine. The what is the work of this automation engine? It is used to executing the script to automate the automation task. Here the intelligent engine script is deployed with the workflow logic. That means that's a three indicates the you are going to deploying the deploying the script with the workflow logic that is capable of notifying the resource pool using allocation request. Here it is having the capable of notifying the resource pool, the particular resource pool with the memory and CPU subpools are there. That means this particular information used to notifying the resource pool using request. The next important one, that means when you are when I need a more number of consumer. That means, for example, the service consumer request a increase in the request. For example, previously three, now it's going to six. Increase the causing the automating scaling listener. This particular automating scaling listener to signal the intelligent engine to execute the script. Here, that means previously you have a three um, servers are there. Now you required six different servers. That means you are going to consumer request increased. Then what about this one? The automated scaling listener informed to the this particular intelligent automation engine to execute the script. Here, what about this seventh point? The seventh point here, in this case, the script run the workflow logic that signal the hypervisor. Here, the signal the hypervisor to allocate a more IT resources from the resource pool. That means, is it clear? I think, is it clear here? Here, the first thing here, increases the number of scripts and the consumer. That means number of request. I need a six. Previously they get a request three, but now get a request six. Increases the request. Then automated scaling listener inform to the this particular engine. This particular engine execute the script. A particular engine execute the script, and then what about the script here? There is a hypervisor is there. What is an hypervisor here? The hypervisor is a interface between the physical devices as well as the virtual machine. It is an interface here. It is an interface between a physical devices as well as a virtual machine. That's why the hypervisor play an important role in a cloud computing. The particular hypervisor allocates the additional CPU and RAM to the virtual server. Here, in this case, it will allocate the additional servers, enabling the increased workload to be handled. In this way, it will enable the increased workload handle. That means, in this way, elastic resource capability architecture work. And then resource pools. Here you are using the storages. The resource pools are storages. This particular resource pool are storages with memory. Resource pools are used by scaling technology that interact with the hypervisor and virtualized infrastructure manager to retrieve and return the CPU and RAM resources at a time. In this case, in order to get that information, you will use these particular resources. And then the runtime processing of virtual server is monitored so that the additional processing power can be leveraged from the resource pool via dynamic allocation before capability threshold are met. The virtual servers and its hosted application and IT resources are vertically scaled in the response. This type of cloud architecture can be designed so that the intelligent automated engine script sends its scaling request via VIM instead of hypervisor directly. This particular virtual server that participate in a elastic resource allocation system may require rebooting in order for the dynamic resource allocation to take effort. This is a some information regarding the elastic resource capability. Some of the additional mechanisms that can be included in this cloud architecture are a cloud usage monitor, and then pay per use monitor, resource replication. These are all different three mechanisms used in this elastic resource capability architecture. The first mechanism is the first mechanism, the cloud usage monitor. Here, what is a cloud usage monitor? The specialized cloud usage monitor collects the usage information on a IT resources. This particular usage monitor, that means just like a previous architecture having the mechanism, like here also mechanism, cloud usage monitor. What is a cloud usage monitor? This monitor collects the resource usage information on the IT resources before, during, after, scaling, to help define the future processing capability threshold of a virtual server. The next important, pay per use. Pay per use in the sense, whatever you need, you will pay money for that only. Okay, pay per use monitor is responsible for collecting the resource usage cost information, as it is a fluctuate with the elastic provisioning. The resource replication used by this architectural model to generate a new instance of scaled IT resources. For generating the new instances, you will use this resource replication, one of the mechanism in this architecture. Okay, for references, see these references. Okay, thank you.